February 6th. Today the Church celebrates the feast of St. Paul and Miki, Martyr companions. They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. And there is no greater imitation than embracing the very cross that Christ himself embraced with love for all of us, past, present, and to come. St. Paul, Miki, and his martyr companions lived in the 16th century in Japan. Many of them were Jesuits. And the Japanese at the time were particularly brutal and cruel in keeping the faith out, in trying to exterminate Catholicism. So, in 1597, Paul Miki and his companion friends and fellow priests were marched to Nagasaki, where they were all crucified and then executed. But each one of them, in some way, vocally expressed, just as Jesus himself did, their love of the Father and their love for their persecutors. Many of them called the names of Jesus and Mary continually. Some of them prayed the Our Father and the Hail Mary quite loudly. St. Paul himself even said, "My religion teaches me that I should love my enemies and forgive those who persecute me. I forgive the emperor and all those who are going to execute us. But I exhort them all to become Christians, because there is no other way for salvation." It is what Jesus teaches us on the cross, and what you and I are called to imitate as faithful disciples of Christ. You and I are called to imitate Christ. And there is no greater form of flattery than imitation. If you and I forgive those who hurt us as Jesus does, we are imitating him and therefore giving him glory. If you and I love where it is most difficult to love, as Jesus himself did, then you and I, we are imitating him and giving him glory. If you and I reach out to the poor, to the sick, to the homeless, to those who are rejected, to those who are reviled, to those who are scorned by society, just like Jesus did, then you and I, we imitate him and we give him glory. St. Paul Miki and his martyr companions imitated Jesus in their death by how they died and how faithfully they died. You and I, my dear friends of Christ, we are called to imitate Christ in our life. And so let us, you and me, do that, saints in the making. And we can do that by making space for grace.